everybody, I'm Dr. Saloninandan. Today I have for you a story which is very motivating one, My Struggle for an Education, written by Booker T. Washington. In this story, Booker presents a very significant account of his life. First, let's learn about Booker T. Washington. Booker T. Washington was born on April 5, 1856 into slavery. His mother was a cook for the owner of the plantations. When we talk about the childhood of Booker T. Washington, we come to know that after Civil War, all the slaves owned by the plantation owner, including 9-year-old Booker, his siblings and his mother, were freed. Then they moved to Malden, West Virginia. In Malden, Booker Washington first had to go to the salt works from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. each morning, and after working there, he went to school. At his second job in a coal mine, Booker heard two fellow workers discuss the Hampton Institute, a school for former slaves in southeastern Virginia, founded in 1868 by Brigadier General Samuel Chapman. He became a well-known African-American writer of the 19th century. He is also remembered as the most influential African-American speaker of his time. Hey everybody, you are watching Learn English with me. Before we begin the story, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and like and share the video and also comment on the video. The story Struggle for an Education, written by Booker T. Washington, is very interesting one, and it lays the importance of education. So let's begin with the story. Booker used to work in a coal mine, Koile Ki Khan, where he overheard other workers talk about a very good school in Virginia for colored, that is non-white, especially African American, Kale Log Ashwet people. Not even heavens presented more attraction to the author than the name of the school, Hampton Normal and Agricultural Institute. This school was far better than the one in his own town. So, Booker at once made up his mind to go to that school, although he knew nothing about its location. Booker T. Washington was on fire constantly with one ambition, Abhilasha, and that was to go to Hampton Institute. This thought remained with him day and night. In the fall of 1872, with a strong determination to make an effort to get there, the writer asked for his mother's permission. Booker's mother was troubled, pareshan with a grave fear, bahut bada dar, that he was starting out on a wild goose chase, asambhav ki khoj. So she gave a half-hearted consent, sahmati, to Booker. Booker had very little money to buy clothes and to pay for his travelling expenses, kharche. His brother John helped him with all that he could, but of course that was not enough. His mother was very ill, so the parting became very sad. Finally, the great day came and Booker started for Hampton. He had only a small cheap satchel, thela, that contained few clothing. The distance from Malden to Hampton was about 500 miles. Booker travelled over the mountains in a stagecoach, a large horse-driven vehicle, ghoda gadi. Late in the evening, when the coach stopped at a hotel, all the passengers who were white got the room there. When Booker asked for the lodging at the hotel, the man at the desk of the hotel firmly refused to provide Booker with food or lodging simply because he was black. So Booker managed to keep himself warm that night by walking, as he had a strong determination to reach Hampton. So this story tells us that one should have strong determination to do something in life. Booker walked and begged rides in wagons and in cars, and after a number of days reached a large city, Richmond, about 82 miles away from Hampton. When Booker reached Richmond, he was tired, hungry and dirty. He did not have a single acquaintance, परिचित जानने पहचानने वाला, there, and being unused to city ways, he did not know where to go. He asked at several places for lodging, ठहरने के लिए, but they all wanted money and he did not have any money. So he walked in the streets till midnight in Richmond. Booker was completely out of money, hungry, exhausted, but not discouraged. Having no place to go, he crept under a raised platform on a pavement with his satchel thela of clothing for a pillow. Next day, when he got up, he was refreshed but hungry and therefore started to look for some work. Booker saw a cargo ship unloading pig iron, that is crude iron. The kind-hearted captain of the ship gave Booker the work to unload the vessel. Thus, Booker finally earned his breakfast for the day by working on the ship to unload crude iron. Due to Booker's good work, the captain asked him to continue the work, and he continued working there for a number of days. Booker T. Washington still slept under the sidewalk and finally managed to save some money to reach Hampton. Without any unusual, asadharan occurrence, ghatna, Booker reached Hampton with a surplus bachat of exactly 50 cents to begin his education with it. The first sight of the 3-story school building rewarded Puraskrit him for all the hardships that he had faced in order to reach there. After reaching the Hampton Institute, Booker went to meet the head teacher. At the Hampton Institute, Booker failed to make a favorable impression on the head teacher, as he had been without proper food, rest, bath and change of clothing. The head teacher of the school had doubts, sandeh in her mind about admitting him as a student. Neither did she refuse to admit him, nor did she decide in his favor. The head teacher kept giving admission to other students, especially the whites, which troubled Booker. Booker desperately wanted a chance to prove his worth, and he got it when the teacher finally asked him to clean the recitation room. Booker swept and dusted the room several times, as he knew that his future depended on it. The head teacher came and inspected the room minutely and could not find a bit of dirt on the floor or a particle of dust on any of the furniture. Booker was extremely happy after getting admission in the school, and all through his life considered the cleaning of that room the best examination he ever passed. So, this story by Booker T. Washington tells us how important education is, and for those who cannot afford it, it becomes a challenge for them to have education. We should realize that we are fortunate to be educated, so we should realize the importance of education and pay more attention to our education. Thanks for watching the video, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel for more such videos, and to like and share and comment on this video to motivate me to make more such videos.